on this episode of Football Town, Barrow, Alaska. The Whalers are coming off an emphatic victory, making a trip to the playoffs a serious possibility. While a missing teammate is about to find out if his dream of getting back on the field has come true.
The state sent back the request, and
hope mixed with tension has seized the atmosphere.
Who is all in? I'm all in! You're not playing like this.
As the boys from Barrow discover that nothing in life or football is simple.
Man.
Coming off a 50-0 throttling of Seward High School last week in their first road game of the season, the Whalers are now traveling 750 miles south to the port town of Valdez, Alaska, to renew a rivalry with the Valdez Buccaneers. The Trans-Alaska Oil Pipeline starts here and runs hundreds of miles north to the Arctic Ocean. With oil as the driving economic force both here and back in Barrow, the annual game is normally a tension-laced showdown for possession of the Pipeline Trophy.
Go!
But on this day, the only tension came from fans guessing how many points Barrow would score.
Matthews on the run, and he's in.
Because this was no contest.
Adams will keep it, and he runs in for another Barrow Whaler score. Touchdown, Barrow.
It was 52-0, and it was only halftime.
They're going to keep trying to run up the score as high as possible. They will not stop until the clock runs out. So let's get in that backfield, and let's try and jar that ball loose.
We are not going to score. Do you understand me? Okay? We're not going to score.
You know how it feels to be there.
I know how it feels to lose, so I don't really care about not scoring. We don't really want to rub it in their face.
All the Barrow players knew it was time to call off the Dogs.
Josiah! Out of bounds!
But somehow, sophomore running back Josiah Mila missed the memo.
Good job, man, but you weren't in the offensive huddle when I said you weren't going to score. You should have ran out of bounds. I was yelling at you out of bounds, but good job, okay, buddy?
Good sportsmanship, guys.
Capturing the Pipeline Trophy has evened Barrow's record at 3-3. More crucially, it has set up next week's road game against Monroe Catholic as do or die. Win, and they're in the playoffs. Lose, and the 24 hours of darkness now creeping toward their hometown at the top of Alaska will arrive sooner than they wish.
We expected to take the trophy home, and we expected to continue on the success that we're building on, right?
The team bus after a blowout is always full of good vibes. These moments are the glue that bonds high school teammates, perhaps most solidly between football players.
After I got that, like a long run, some dude walked up to me and was like, "Number 2, what are you eating?" I was like, "Whale." And I was like, "If you want to be good, just eat muck ducks." Like, all right.
I look forward to the bus rides because everybody is gelled together on this team, and we all consider ourselves brothers.
The boasts and laughs of today, shared between teenagers, on road trips or just hanging at the local diner, will become the stories they'll trade years from now when they have families of their own, and football is a distant memory.
You can only bond so much over a loss because whether you want it to or not, fingers are going to be pointed. But then when you win, the whole team feels like they contributed. Who would you put your money on? Like us winning the championship this year or us winning the championship like our senior year? Oh my, yeah, just think about it.
The idea of a football team being described as a family can often sound like a cliche, but not for freshman Ben Heather or his football hero, his cousin, senior lineman Aiken Fa'alalogo.
That's how you gotta block during the game if you want to get those touchdowns. The person that I truly look up to is Aiken. He's my cousin, but when we're out on the field, it feels like he's my mentor. With Aiken being a senior, this year is the only year you get to play with him, and We just want to make every moment out on that field a special moment. Ooh, dang.
Man, that's a big hit. Family is the most important thing in life.
Go back home and get
How you feel about the game, bro?
I'm hecka pumped up.
I'm pumped up too, man.
It's the camaraderie and brotherhood that senior lineman John Faitasia misses most.
It came to my attention that we had a player who was ineligible to play. John was that player.
Since being blindsided with stunning news after the season's first game, Faitasia has been working after school at the local market while desperately awaiting the ruling on his appeal.
Right now, without football, it's not really much fun.
After hearing that John couldn't play with us, I was pretty sad for him because he came from California to play football and finish high school.
Today, the verdict on his appeal has arrived.
Hi, John, come on in.
Oh.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good? How are classes going?
They're going great.
Good?
Yeah.
As you know, it was really difficult for me when I had to tell you weren't eligible to play because you were a fifth-year senior, and I found that I could have one chance to put in a waiver, and we kept our fingers crossed. The state, Alaska School Activities Association, sent back the request, and
only months ago, senior lineman John Faitasia arrived in Barrow to live with relatives and escape his violent Southern California neighborhood.
I moved up here to help myself in life and finish through school.
Football was vital to his plans, making the appeal decision he's about to hear a Hail Mary pass.
the state, Alaska School Activities Association, sent back the request, and although we, the school, really, really want you to play, they did not approve it.
Well, I don't know what to say because football is like my life, and
I know.
Football has helped me through a lot, and it hurts me because I really do want to play.
I know that, and I want you to play, and I gave a very strong recommendation, and they know that the support was here from the school, but I have to follow the rules, and I know that you do too.
I miss football so much.
It's a tough thing,
It really has put me in a difficult situation because I'm not able to play. It's like, it's hard for me to keep motivating myself in life. So guys, I can't play.
Can't?
No, I can't play at all. Basically, that's it. I don't even want to talk about it.
When John told us that he couldn't come back and play with us anymore, it came to a shock to me because he was a leader and we need him on this team.
High school is often the time in people's lives when they first learn that the world comes with teeth. Today, no one in Barrow knows how much a bite can hurt more than this lost Whaler. The disappointing ending to John's quest weighs heavily on his teammates. But they also realize that if they lose this week's game against Monroe, none of them will be playing football much longer this season.
Go!
As they focus on the potential finality of this game, practice becomes more intense than it was in early weeks. The motto is simple: survive and advance. To do that, they'll need strong performances from players like sophomore Loudon Stockton and freshman Ben Heather, teammates who share unique commonalities beyond just being underclassmen.
There you go, Ben.
On the field, they play gritty positions. Heather at tight end and defensive line.
I can catch the ball downfield, which is a huge asset to our air game.
And Stockton at middle linebacker and second string running back.
Start defense, let's go!
My job is to be the playmaker of the defense. Whether that means getting the tackle, that means taking on the lead blocker.
The spotlight that comes with playing quarterback or being a star receiver rarely shines on them, but their contributions are crucial.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They're part of the gears on both sides of the ball. They may not score touchdowns, but without them, the machine won't run. And off the field, Stockton and Heather share a bond unlike any of their teammates because they have to live with a coach.
Benji, let's go. Hustle back, let's go.
Gus, he's my dad and the coach.
There's no team that can beat you guys if you guys put in the effort and the discipline.
Sports is one of the avenues that I've tried to participate in so I can spend more time with Ben, because as a father, you try to raise your kid to be better than what you were.
Let's go. Ready?
You know, I'm a little bit hard on him, but that's because I'm trying to get him ready from football to transition into life.
You can put one of those legs back, whichever one you feel comfortable. Down to the right, put a little bit back, like this.
Out on that field, when I'm feeling down, my dad would come out and pull me out from everyone else. It just feels like we're the only two there. I know my dad tries hard to make me a better person.
Come on, jog, let's go, guys.
He's making me realize that boys don't play football, men do.
It's one thing for the coaches to get on you. It's another when it's your father.
I mean, if he's starting to throw it, you can't hit it on.
My dad being a coach, we're really close, but we're not the best of friends sometimes, because he's trying to teach me to be a better man at home and out on the field, and it's like a continual coaching process.
Let's put him in a 2-eye.
Look, that's what I was gonna do. Hey!
As men, we are role models for our young boys. Loudon and I talk about his goals, and I push him as hard as I can in the direction of those goals.
Come on, don't stop.
I'm very competitive. I have to do the best I can in everything. Growing up, I was a little chubby kid. I've changed the way I've eaten so I can propel one step further ahead of everyone else.
If we're in the playoffs, I'm happy.
We talked of what he wanted from athletics. Do you want to be the slow fat kid that people picked on? He said, no, I don't want to be that. I started getting him up at 5:30, and every day he would do a workout. It wasn't always easy, but he did it. I'm his parent. My job is to help him reach his goals and to be better than me. And he is.
I play you for cleanup.
Man, I suck at rock, paper, scissors.
Ha!
Oh, I won!
I don't think Loudon's ever won at rock, paper, scissors in his life.
I won, that's awesome.
Coming up, on the eve of the big game, the coaching doesn't stop.
Are you ready for Saturday?
I don't know.
You're the untested one. You're the freshman.
It's overwhelming.
It's the night before the team leaves Barrow for the crucial matchup with Monroe, and freshman tight end Ben Heather's responsibilities are laid out in detail by his coach/dad.
Ready for Saturday?
I don't know.
You know, these guys are fast, right? Mm-hmm. These guys are probably faster than the Kiski and Junior. You got to be on your toes out there.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a kid in my eyes, but as far as athletic stuff goes, they want to produce a winning team. And Ben, he's got to keep up with them, and that's, you know, constantly bringing his A game. You're the untested one. You're the freshman. If I were them, I'd probably try to run towards your side until you'll show that you're up to the task.
I think I'm the only freshman that's eligible to fly out this week. It's overwhelming, but I need to play with confidence rather than pressure, because confidence is what wins games. And if we don't win against Monroe, we're done.
As the Alaskan winter encroaches and the nights get longer and longer, the Whalers leave Barrow and travel 500 miles south to Fairbanks and a critical meeting with Monroe Catholic High School, a game that will decide Barrow's playoff fate.
They're gonna be going all out, and we need to go all out too, because if we beat Monroe, we're in the playoffs.
You know, we talk about commitment. We need to be committed to today.
Going to war, you got a war paint.
With 3 wins each, on paper, Barrow, in the white jerseys, and Monroe, in blue, seem to match up pretty evenly. The advantages are found in the intangibles. The setting sun means it'll be partly a night game, new for Barrow. It's a natural grass surface, Barrow has played almost exclusively on turf. The field is coated in snow, and although no stranger to the elements, Barrow hasn't played on a sloppy surface all year.
I can't hear you!
And finally, the stakes at play fuel an intense atmosphere. The home field advantage is significant, and the Monroe crowd enjoys letting Barrow know it.
White 10!
The Whalers, in white, don't help their own cause early, as a Travis Adams fumble is recovered by Monroe and advanced into Barrow territory. The tackle by Adams saves a score, but minutes later, Monroe strikes. Barrow's defenders struggle to find footing in the snow.
You gotta be kidding me right now.
Instead of tackling, they flail at the ball carrier, sending the home fans into a frenzy. Barrow trails 6-0, and everything is going wrong.
Man, come on, guys, come on.
Coming up, the Barrow boys have taken an early punch. Will they get off the canvas and fight?
Personal foul. We're playing like crap right now.
For the Barrow Whalers, wearing their white jerseys, the stakes today are simple. Win, and they advance to the playoffs and the opportunity to play for the state title. Lose, and a season that started poorly, but was revived thrillingly, will end devastatingly.
We're playing like crap right now. We came out flat, thought we already had this in the bag, but I tell them all the time, you know, nobody gives us anything, we take it.
Being down 6-0 in the second quarter, still struggling with their footing and piling up mistakes,
Personal foul, White.
has the coach incensed, and the boys from Barrow on the ropes.
Let's go! Hey, look alive!
We're a great team, but we got to stop the penalties and giving away free yards.
In every game, we have too many penalties.
But suddenly, a few minutes into the second quarter, something clicks. The lessons of a long season start to kick in.
Go! Touchdown!
Barrow adapts to the elements, and their running game begins to churn. Monroe becomes helpless to defend the blocks of tight end Ben Heather and his buddies on the offensive line. Barrow's blockers are stacking the field and the end zone with the pancake bodies of Monroe defenders, and their backs are invading the end zone.
That's my boy right there. That's my secret weapon.
With Barrow leading 30-6, a first half that began in turmoil has ended in triumph.
Hey, you guys go in. Keep going. Keep going.
Just don't tell that to a football coach who sees nothing but problems.
With the penalties, we can't. It's killing us.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
We're putting on a display for everybody around here, like like this is the first week.
Yep.
You understand?
We had 4 first downs in a row because of penalties.
Points are not indicative of how we played. If we were up against a much stronger opponent, it could be very different. If you can look at my face right now, I'm not happy. Okay? We put on a horrible, horrible display in this first half. Do you guys understand me?
Yes, sir.
And I want to know who is all in.
I'm all in.
Well, you're not playing like it. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
What I see right now are a bunch of men who are just involved. We are Whalers today.
Whalers!
We represent Barrow. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Everybody wants to beat us. But when we go out this next half, you know what's gonna happen? Oh boy. We're not gonna have them penalties, huh? We're not gonna fumble balls. Say it. Who's all in? Who? Me. Who's all in? Yes. Now let's live it. Let's live it.
Before the start of the second half, Ben Heather, number 20, gets a little more intimate motivation from Coach Houston, a message from his father, Gus, who had to stay back in Barrow.
You know I love you, right? We make mistakes and we move on. We stand up.
Sure.
Stand tall, right?
Sure.
You keep your head up, brother.
A message to pass along to his offensive line that will not stop pile driving the defense.
Go!
The intensity of the early first half has rapidly morphed into the satisfaction of a rout, which presents the opportunity for a little bit of glory to find players who do the lunch pail work in the trenches. Like a touchdown for the proud son of a coach, number 13 Loudon Stockton,
Touchdown. That's how you do it, Loudon. Nice job.
There's nothing really like scoring a touchdown, and the team overall is really clicking now.
Go!
And another score by a proud coach's son, number 20, Ben Heather.
Touchdown. Ben's a beast. Oh, yeah!
That's how we're supposed to play, and that's how we need to play to be able to get into the playoffs.
I'm proud of you guys. The second half of this game was the best start of a second half we've had all season. Starting off from where we were at the beginning of the season, it was tough, but we've come a long way from there. We're in the playoffs. The engine is moving to get into a championship.
After starting 1-3, Barrow's third straight blowout win, with a combined score of 177-6, ensures that this chapter of Barrow's season is the story of an incredible turnaround. But the playoffs begin next week, and the final chapter is still a mystery. Will the kids from a tiny town at the top of Alaska, who no one much thinks about, let alone considers a threat, somehow, with a combination of talent, guts, and the DNA of their ancient ancestors, send shockwaves through the glaciers and seize the state title they so desperately crave? Or are these seniors, who love the simple act of just playing, about to play the last football game of their lives? The 3 months of 24-hour darkness is creeping toward the edge of town. Will it be a metaphor for the season and their hearts? On this day, let the grown-ups contemplate mystery endings. The kids are busy. On the season finale of Football Town, Barrow, Alaska,
They better be worried.
the Whalers prep for the playoffs in frigid conditions. And while support from the community fuels their fire, the pressure may push some to their limits.